So hey Wellesley, we are out here with Wellesley Media. Paul Falcone and I, Rama, are here talking to people and checking out the flower show. This is Mass Horticultural Society's 139th Flower Show edition. So welcome and come on in and we'll check out the flowers. Your name?
My name is Gretel Ansbach, and I am the chair of the Board of Trustees of Massachusetts Horticultural Society.
So how important is the flower show to you?
The flower show is enormously important. It's a long-standing tradition at Mass Hort. Beyond that, it brings a lot of people here to the gardens. There are people who are our neighbors who say, I didn't know this was here. And by giving them a reason to come here, they find out how wonderful it is, and with luck, they'll keep coming back and tell their friends, and that's what we're after.
And I was curious about the judging. Is there like a set of criteria the judges use to find the perfect flower?
Yes. So flower show means different things to different people. The flower show is a standard set by the Garden Club Federation, and they have a whole manual that explains what the criteria are. They have extensive training for the judges and qualifications.
Wow.
So we actually brought judges in from pretty much all over the country to do the judging. There were about 50 of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
It's huge.
Yeah, and how do you certify to be a flower judge?
I have no idea.
Exceptional.
Well, I actually did not judge this show. I was the chair of the division, but we did have panels that were comprised of two different types of garden clubs. So there's National Garden Clubs and there's Garden Club of America, and they're both across the country. And the people who are in those, when they are accredited, what they call accredited judges, it means they've been through years and years of training on how to see a flower show or floral design for what it is, how it conforms to a schedule. Each person who does an entry is supposed to read what they're being asked to do and then interpret it. And it's their interpretation, it's their work of art.
Right, so this is under the dynamic design category.
Yes.
So are there like specific elements, like they must include certain types of blooms?
Well, it has to have an energetic line. So in this case, it's the designer, her line would be from right to left, or if you want to go backwards, left to right, but it's
a
kind
wave.
of swooping. Right. And her energy is very much wrapped up in her colors, and her that's dynamic enough. And she wanted to sort of make you blow your mind with the colors that she chose, which she did. So.
And so, do you have a favorite in here today?
I don't. I love them all. I'm not allowed to say.
Okay. in the Northeast?
Yes.
So,
I go to,
like every year?
Every year. February I go to Hartford, Connecticut. In June I go to Newport, Rhode Island. And this is my first year here.
Yeah. So what do you think of being in the Boston area?
I love being in the Boston area. Before COVID, we used to do down at the Seaport World Trade Center, we did the Boston Flower Show for years.
Wow. So these are so interesting. How do you come up with the designs for these?
I make probably half the designs, and then we got 16 welders at 2 different locations, and they make a lot of the designs. But it's all garden related, but it can be used inside or outside.
Right. These are beautiful. Look at that.
Thank you. That's a fuchsia, and that's one of our newest items this year.
It's excellent. And how's it going so far? A lot
It's
of people?
been a great show. Yeah. Yesterday we sold more than probably 3/4 of the truck.
Oh, wow.
And this is all we have left.
Ethan Allen. We're celebrating 93 years this year.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, so we've been serving the Natick and Metro West community for over 30 years.
Right.
We're on Speen Street in Natick. And today we're just really fortunate to highlight our mobile design studio, which is a new venture for us. So we take design on the road.
That's really cool.
It's very cool. And we brought 3 outdoor settings just to really let people relax, let them know we have outdoor furniture and with the same quality that people know from our handcrafted furniture made in North Carolina.
And how are you enjoying the flower show?
I think it's stunning. First time that we've been to this venue and participated in the flower show. The response has been amazing. Lots of stories about customers who own Ethan Allen furniture and know our brand. But a beautiful venue, a beautiful weekend. We're happy to be here.
So does everyone in the showroom fight over who gets to come out to the flower show with the display?
They do. And we had a few come to see the show.
Right.
Mila Lang is our designer that runs our mobile design studio, and that is our highlight this weekend. Yes, this what we're sitting on now is made from teak. Everything is treated to be outdoor. Outdoor cushions, fabric, very resilient, very sturdy. Definitely can enjoy many summers to come leaving this outdoors.
So anyone who buys this furniture, just take a look at the setting. This is what you need to make it really pop.
If you have a beautiful garden, like this,
some statues in the background, this is your spot.
Yeah.
Make sure you get the right tree,
My name is Lisa Bobrin.
And these are beautiful. Tell us about these.
This is homage to Maxwell Parrish, who was very popular in the 40s and 50s. He and Norman Rockwell did magazine covers, but they were also artists who painted on their own. In Maxwell Parrish's case, he uses a lot of ethereal colors, and this was, foreboding. Nobody else was using these tones and these values in the 40s and 50s. And so he grew up in New Hampshire, and almost all of his paintings have these gigantic, beautiful oak trees in them. And so my mental challenge was how to take a beautiful painting and make it out of textiles. And that's what I have done.
That's amazing. I love the use of lace.
Yes.
And then you have lighter colors behind it.
Yes, I had to dye all these colors to get the depth, and I went to art school before occupational therapy, so I knew I had to push the architecture further back by reducing the value in the, and I couldn't find any fabric this pale, so I had to dye the fabric to get the exact color that I needed.
So what got you into quilting?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm a retired occupational therapist, so when I got the little postcard that said, you're now 65 and you may take out your retirement, I asked my husband, I made this money long before I met you, do you care what I do with it? And he said, no, that's your money. And I wanted to do something fun. I went to art school a year before I went to occupational therapy school, and I worked for years, head injury in children. And so I love art. I paint in oils. And so I just said the funnest thing I can think of doing is opening a quilt shop, because I love colors, and I carried the brightest, happiest fabrics I could find, which is mostly free spirit. And so it was just a journey. I'm not a true traditional quilter. I'm an art quilter. This is my first tree, and this is made out of wool with cotton batting. And then this is cotton on cotton. This is applique. This is wool applique. The sun is wool applique with cotton batting. The sun is my COVID project. I first was going to try geometric designs, and then I said, wait a minute, we're all scared to death. I need to make happiness. So the sun is the happiest thing I could make.
Well, she's beautiful. I love the shading from orange to yellow. It's so pretty.
That's about the 20th face. I kept working on it. I kept trying to make the eyebrows tan or whatever. And my sister said, you're making an angry man. I said, no. I wanted to be happy. And so it took me a while to understand I had to move the value lesser to make the face recognizable. And so it's taken, it was great fun. I love mental challenges. And
Clearly you do. Clearly, after seeing that, yes.
Yes.
I love it.
Great. Yeah.
So, but this is a treat to get to meet you.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you.
So I'm so excited. How did you come up with this grass concept?
Well, I'm in my third career.
Okay.
My first career, I was a cameraman and then a reporter.
Okay.
Like doing what you're doing for CBS News. And then I produced lighting, laser, non-polluting fireworks shows for 17 years all over the world.
Well, that's a change.
And then I retired in 1999, and I got a little fixer-upper house in Wayland. And one of my neighbors talked me into joining the Surface Water Quality Committee, a volunteer committee that managed the lakes and ponds and Lake Achitchewit, their section, and so on. And I knew a lot about water and the environment, but I didn't know about lake and pond management. So I took a weekend crash course on lake and pond management, and found out that the number one enemy of lakes, ponds, rivers, watersheds, the ocean, rivers, is lawn care fertilizer that runs off of lawns on the hard surfaces, ends up in the drains, and creates algae blooms and toxic things. And in some cases, it actually gets into the drinking water. And Wellesley also, health department, gave a talk about all the harm that lawn care chemicals can do. For children, it increases the risk of learning behavioral disorders. For adults, it increases the risk, doesn't give you these things, but increases the risk of cancer, leukemia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, sexual dysfunction, about a dozen diseases.
All for having a nice lawn.
Yeah, all for having a nice lawn. And then, so I wanted to see if there was such a thing as a low maintenance grass. I did some research in the internet, sent away for about 60 kinds of grasses from all over the world, and I grew them in little pots on my deck. And after a year and a half of with no chemicals, very little water, and a long hot summer, they were all dead. So as far as I could tell, there was no such thing as a low maintenance grass that didn't need any chemicals and very little water. So then I did some more research on the internet. I found 4 PhDs in turf science, and I called them up and I said, if I pay your consulting fees, could you help me create a low maintenance grass? And each one of them separately said, well, that's strange, that there's no money for low maintenance. All of the grants and money out there is for needing more water, more fertilizer, more mowing, and replanting the seed every year. And I said, okay, I'd like to try and create something new. So these 4 PhD turf scientists each suggested between 15 and 40 seeds. We had 130 total seeds, and then comparing these 4 geniuses, grass geniuses lists, I found that they agreed on 7 seeds between the 4 of them were the best drought tolerant, bug tolerant, salt tolerant, and especially drought tolerant grasses in the world. So working with those 7 seeds, we grew over thousands and thousands of different proportions, variations on those 7 seeds. And it took 5.5 years and 7,500 tries, and we came up with one aha batch. That it was growing slower above the soil and putting all its energy into the water. If I can point out something over here. Most grass grows fast above the soil in ordinary shallow 3 to 8 inch roots. We discovered an interaction that slowed down the growth above the soil, so you mowed it only once every 4 to 6 weeks instead of every week, and it puts all its energy into the roots. And in the early generation, did 4 or 5 foot roots, and we've improved it since and added organic additives, and now it grows down 8 feet, as opposed to 3 to 8 inch roots. So you only have to cut it once every 4 to 6 weeks. And from the deep roots, it holds more water, so it never goes brown in the heat of summer. And from the deep roots, it goes down under the frost line, so it never goes brown in the cold of winter.
Doesn't die from the frost either.
Yeah, and under the frost line. And it's safer for children and animals because you never use chemicals on it. You can use a smaller amount of just organic fertilizer without the health risks. And so it's now in its 8th generation. We won an award from the Boston Museum of Science for being one of the 3 most important U.S. patent inventions to ever come out of New England. And we're in over 600,000 lawns. And including
mine.
Including yours.
That's right. And, I can attest.
And many people have come by here today saying, your grass is amazing.
It is amazing. It really is.
And it's a major breakthrough.
I love your varieties for shade tolerant, especially, and it's also extra sun. So you've got those, 2 varieties as well.
We have 3 varieties. We have a sun mix for 6 or more hours a day, full blazing summer sun. A sunshade mix for 3 to 8 hours a day of summer sun, and a deep shade mix for only
indirect light.
3 hours of summer sun down to absolutely no sun. Practically grows in the dark.
Which is awesome.
It saves people time, money, and water if they're only mowing once a month.
And it's also dog urine resistant.
Right? It never shows. It's in dog parks all over the country. If you see this picture here, this is a dog park with 30 to 60 dogs a day peeing on the grass.
You'd never tell.
No yellow spots.
Yeah, look at that.
And you just the only challenge is you have to keep the dog off for 3 weeks. And after
in the initial stages.
Okay.
And what's the best time to put the grass seed on your lawn?
Now,
Fall.
For the
Fall
next
is good.
2 to 3 weeks, this is the best time of year to plant grass.
Excellent.
With early spring being the second best time.
All right, and tell me your name.
My name is Tracy Liu.
Tracy.
I'm the artist of these flowers here. They are handmade from clay.
I can't believe it. Those roses look absolutely real.
Yeah, thank you.
You can tell they're clay flowers.
You can feel it. It's from top to bottom, from the petals to the leaves. They are handmade from clay.
That's amazing. How long does it take you to make these?
It depends. It depends. Like for the rose, it's like from 3 to 5 hours.
Wow.
But like for peony, 8, 10. It depends on like how detailed and how colorful of the flowers. Yeah, because the clay start with white clay, and then I would color and shape it, and then let it dry, and paint it over, and connect them all together. So it's a process.
How do you attach the petals together?
They all have wire inside. Like each single petal is in the flowers, and it have the petals inside, the leaves and the petals. You kind of flex and move it. Yeah.
It's like a lot of patience
It's
to finish one flower.
Yeah, but it's rewarding. But
Yeah.
at the end, when you put them all together, you know, it's come to life.
Do you feel like it's meditation?
It is
You
a
just kind of sit there and
meditation.
you just do each one. And,
Yeah, it is a meditation. And the color, I love colors.
yeah,
It's-
and how many petals are in here? Do you think like it's
like-
like 50 petals? Or
Yep,
just-
it's around there. Yep.
Wow.
Kind of lost count, and because each flower this is a different like amount of like petals
Right.
that is in there. Like I lost count, kind of like to connect
Yeah.
it to what I feel like.
Right.
Yeah.
And what got you started into this? Like,
Oh,
how did
I'm
you-
allergic to flowers, like pollen.
Wow.
like
okay.
in like spring season is
Yeah.
like killing me.
Wow.
Like inhaler every night. So like the only time that I be able to be with flowers
Yeah.
is making my flowers.
Right.
Yeah, and
Wow,
it's-
look at that.
yeah, it's
now you-
lily was the first one that I ever make because of the smell
Right.
and the pollen that I can't take.
Well, you are truly an amazing artist. This is amazing. Look at this. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
The orchids are so beautiful too.
Yeah, thank you.
If
They
I,
have-
if I took one of these dahlias and I put them inside, like they would never be able to tell the
You
difference
can't
between
tell,
the
you
real
can't
one
tell,
and
yeah.
yeah, this one.
and it's the oil color is amazing. It lasts forever. I
Yeah.
have one piece like
Uh-huh.
15 years ago at home. It still look the same.
Wow,
Yeah, it still
nice.
look the same. It's the color is not fading.
Yeah, and so if you put in direct sunlight, it doesn't affect it. or-
I don't want to be direct sunlight
Yeah.
because I think sun would kill
Right, you
anything.
think, right,
yeah.
right.
But in the house
Yeah,
itself, like
yeah.
it should last for a really long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing this?
15, 20 years
Wow,
ago.
look at
yeah,
that.
Yeah. It started with a hobby as
Yeah.
a little girl.
Right.
When I love flowers so much, and then it's become a business later
Yeah,
on.
yeah. That's amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so
That's
much.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks for chatting with us.